We'd been through COVID. It was a tough time with 2 growing children as a single woman and operator. So I was very low and very wobbly.
Right.
I made a conscious decision there and then to follow my passion. It's a lot more fun crying in a Mercedes than it is crying in an old banger. I think we can define success in many ways. We've got dollars, but time is the other currency. Health is another currency. Joy, love, all of those are equally important. Financial independence, being able to live well, holiday well, create generational wealth, they're all fabulous goals.
All right, awesome. Welcome to another episode of Ways to Wealth. Today we have Fiona. Fiona, give us the too long didn't read about yourself. What got you to where you got to, and what are you currently doing, and what are you working on?
So, I'm Fiona. I run a business called Sorted Out. Sorted Out, I like the headline bookkeeper with a difference. I'm a Tony Robbins trained life coach. And Sorted Out was registered in 2018. I did it a few years prior.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Was it your first business venture?
No.
Okay. Tell me more.
I've had multiple.
You've had multiple. So were you always entrepreneurial, or was there a moment in your life where like you had a catalyst and you're like, I want to run a business? Or
I have a background in the corporate world. I had a variety of corporate jobs, spent many years working in recruitment. I worked for 82 Security, had 2 children, and I was probably the only woman who never returned to the workforce and chose to work from home. I contracted, I ran my own businesses. I was a work from home based executive recruiter for a while. I ran and set up website companies. I mean, that was a slightly different era. Things have obviously changed. So I'd had a multitude of, I always intended to work around the kids.
right.
And the priority was to have some time and be at home. And
So a lot of the motivation was around kind of designing a life where you could kind of still have a high impact on the kids, but and also generate some income.
Correct. I did not want to be 40 hours a week battling traffic for 10, running out the door, trying to whack some dinner on the table. That was not the life I aspired to live.
Okay, so it was very intentional.
Yes.
And then from there, you kind of have made it work and kind of worked out and found different way in order to spend.
I was approached back in 2016 by a friend, somebody I'd known for, I'm going to say 25 years. And he wanted to get into a business venture with another acquaintance.
Right.
But had been bankrupted a couple of times.
Okay.
And was no doubt a very, very successful, very competent builder with a team of over 20 odd staff, but got himself in trouble with the IRD, didn't understand accounting. Like so many builders, creative people, tradespeople, hairdressers, dance teachers, etc. They're often very, very good at what they do, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're good at bookkeeping and accounting or marketing or other. We're expected to be experts in all fields.
Yeah, especially early on.
Especially when the business is...
So was that a bit of a light bulb moment for you was Sorted Out then?
Well, I took over the role of an executive office holder. I was obviously dealing with somebody that couldn't really grow the business, was looking at ways to control, get some reporting in place, understand where the money was going, understand expenses, create more income opportunities, and feel more on top of their affairs. And this affects people in in many ways. It creates huge amounts of stress that affects sleep and relationships.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, nice.
So I was approached, my name came up. I said, quite frankly, I'm not an accountant, but because I'd run multiple businesses and worked in various fields, I am good at finding answers and sorting it out.
Right.
Yeah, so I did.
So would you consider them your first client?
Yes, that's really the first, and I worked with that client for many years and was actually one of the reasons I continued or registered the business as a limited. And since then, multiple builders, multiple scenarios, people from all walks of life, and in all situations have approached me for a variety of things.
Yeah, right. Sort some stuff out.
Yeah. Well, and a friend asked me, so what are you going to call it? I said, sort it out.
Yeah, right.
And that's exactly what happened. And that's what I do.
Nice. So where did the Tony Robbins thing come in?
Well, we'd been through COVID,
Yeah.
the COVID era, and throughout COVID, many people started businesses and were retrenched and decided they liked making candles and wanted to make a business out of it, that type of thing. And it was a tough time with 2 growing children. It was a tough time as a single woman and operator. And I signed up for what they call Unleash the Power Within, which is Tony Robbins' trademark 3 or 4 day
Thing.
Event.
In Auckland?
I signed up to do the virtual
Okay, yeah.
version of, I think that was October 23. I did it. So I got up at the crack of dawn and chopped through a few chunks of wood and danced around the office and found motivation and understood what really sticks, I think, in my mind is we went through an exercise, I think you call it the Wheel of Life.
Okay.
And that covers, I don't know, about 8 odd areas, which is wealth, family, love, health, goals, all of those things. And you rate yourself from 1 to 10 where you sit on that wheel, and then you join the dots and try to create a circle. And my tire wasn't going anywhere.
No.
So I was very low and very wobbly.
Right.
And I really decided that I wanted to change, follow my passion.
Mm-hmm.
The kids are growing up. We get very bogged down in what we do. We, very preoccupied. The days and the weeks fly by and years fly by and you're still doing it.
Yeah.
So I made a conscious decision there and then to follow my passion. And I signed up for the life coach training, which is the Robbins Madanes Training Institute.
Okay.
And it's Tony Robbins and Chloe Madanes.
Right.
And Chloe Madanes is probably a heavyweight in family therapy.
Oh, okay.
So she was friends with Milton Erickson and some real big names in psychology and family therapy.
Right.
And I signed up for the life coaching. And many accountants are now delving into advisory services and the likes and offering more of that because there's a need for it. People actually need to see their accountant more than once every 5 years and really need to understand
Right.
what expenses are and what I can claim and what about the home office. If that's where that person's at, and there are millions of people out there. I mean, New Zealand was always built on small business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so it's kind of like you see it as an extra string to your bow when it comes to sort it out.
Well, the accountant and I joked that we spend half our life counselling anyway.
Right. Yeah.
And in reality, we do. I spend a lot of time talking to people that have all sorts of concerns, issues, stresses that affect business, and business affects life, life affects business. And, they're not exclusive. And even when you're executive coaching, you're still dealing with those core issues often.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Very true.
And they're, human needs and identities and
Yeah.
if someone thinks they're always going to be broke,
Right.
they're right.
Yeah. Okay. And do you find that when you meet new clients, a lot of them, what's the percentage of people with these maybe limiting beliefs?
All has them.
Right. So 100%. By varying degree.
We all have them to a degree. I mean, people don't come to sort it out because life and business is going smoothly.
Right.
People reach out to sort it out when they need a problem solved.
Right.
And whether that can often be a bookkeeping, accounting issue, an IRD issue. I mean, a zero issue, you've got people who pay good money to have a top-notch accounting package and manage to flick out their invoices and nothing else. They're underutilizing what they're paying for. So it's about helping small businesses really understand and take responsibility for. I mean, we go to work because we want to make money. And yet bookkeeping is really boring, right?
Totally.
Totally. And accounting.
Yeah.
But having money is really sexy.
Yeah. Totally. And how do you find clients then?
I've become a marketing genius.
Have you?
Well, I do a fair bit of marketing, but in all honesty, my clients are all word of mouth clients.
Okay. So most are referrals?
They're all referrals.
All referrals.
Yeah, they are all referrals. And I get called, whether it's the office manager or the accountant, I get called a variety of things.
Right.
Because I don't really have a one size fits all.
And so you just rely on that. Do you do any other supplementary stuff to help the business grow, or is it just literally referral and then you focus on the clients?
It is referrals, and I do focus on the clients, and I dare I say it, that's what I like to do. It gives me great variety. I get a kick out of helping people, and I think that's a valued service.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I do. I mean, we're currently dealing with a financial crisis, which has massively impacted small business. So I do more marketing, and yes, I do offer coaching, but it is a position of trust. It's a position of confidentiality. I mean, I'm asking people to let me into their IRD accounts and their bank accounts and to talk about income and expenses. So a relationship needs to be established.
Totally. And with these with these businesses, what would you say is like, what is the prevailing issue that they face?
The prevailing issue. That's a really hard one because every business is really different.
Yeah.
And the issues are very different. And I've got young people that you could clone that are fantastic at what they do and take it very seriously. And other people that are much, 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 much older and don't.
Right. Interesting.
So that's where the variety comes into it. But, you're dealing with grown men that have relationship issues, stresses, insomnia, think they owe the IRD $50,000, haven't paid or haven't done a tax return for 5 odd years.
Oh, wow.
you know,
Yeah.
people that's huge stress. So I can meet with those people, gain access to the IRD, so then I can see exactly what the IRD see. And as a nominated party, I can also communicate with the IRD on their behalf.
To solve it.
And how do we eat a chocolate cake? One bite at a time. We start at the bottom and we work ourselves up. And, you know, often that we don't owe 50 grand.
Right. Yeah.
And we can put a payment plan in place so that the client can pay that off in bite-sized chunks or pay that off in manageable chunks.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you've got a happy client and you've got a client's life.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that makes total sense. And like, I guess, you know, the business is incorporated in 2018, but you know, you're kind of leading up to that a couple of years before with your kind of inception and your first client that basically built.
Kind of just started. I'm not quite sure how it happened, but that's what happened. Yes.
Yeah. And then so if we fast forward 5 years from today, what would success look like for you? Like, what would you want out of this whole journey in terms of kind of what would you know, I think 5 years is often quite a nice little jump forward, right? It's not too far, but it's far enough where
It happens quite quickly.
it happens too quickly.
Look, I mean, success, I think we can define success in many ways. We've got dollars, but time is the other currency. Health is another currency. Joy, love, all of those are equally important. I mean, it's a lot more fun crying in a Mercedes than it is crying in an old banger.
Yeah.
But, you know, there are other aspects to life that also make people happy.
Totally.
And for me, variety and job satisfaction is right up there. I mean, financial independence and, you know, being able to live well, holiday well, create generational wealth, they're all fabulous goals.
Totally. Oh, yeah. And what do you think about generational wealth and that whole
What do I think? Well, my life coach training would tell me that how can it be that people walk 5 miles to school, preferably barefoot in snow, look at the teacher through some hole in the wall and become multi-billionaires, and other people who are born into money end up in rehab? I think we need to have a hunger for success. I think we need to have motivation, drive, great amount of discipline.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. We've got a couple of worlds to master. That's the external and the internal.
And, you know, with this pace of change, I mean, even just over the last 5 years, like, how do you help guide and prepare your kids for the future or your children? Is it always the same? Is it the same and we just think it's different?
No, it's to me, it feels different. I think we are, I mean, it's a really exciting time to be alive in many ways. There is no doubt massive change happening. And I don't think the world's going to look quite the same in 5 years as it does now.
Right.
I also believe that our children are going to work in a huge amount of jobs that haven't even been invented yet. And I don't think I can prepare them. The children that I have, they're two very, very different creatures, with very different skills, very different likes, you know, very different approaches to life. They're different in every shape and form. So who am I to tell them what to do?
Right. I guess.
I mean, you can kind of guide them, and you can, that's what we have
Try
to
and
do.
guide them.
We try to.
Yeah, you can't do that too much, otherwise they won't want that.
No, they don't want any of it.
Yeah.
No, they don't want any.
Yeah, I know that nearly. Already the Yeah, it doesn't. It's not. They're not that old before they're like that.
Yeah, I think they're getting younger.
Oh, yeah. I probably yes, I would say so.
But then again, I mean, I remember being 16, and I mean, my mother was 36, and I thought she was ancient.
Yeah, yeah. That's not ancient.
And it's not ancient at all. I mean, whatever life starts at 50 or something.
Oh yeah, does it? That's good. I
Well,
forward to it.
I think there's a saying along
Nice.
those lines.
I like that. Yeah, yeah. That's right. I think yeah, time is warping. I guess.
Time is warping. Yeah.
Yeah.
Time is speeding up,
Yep.
I think. I mean, I think life is for living.
Mm-hmm.
I personally don't want to spend 60 hours a week working.
Right.
I don't want to miss out on things that bring me great joy because I'm all about creating dollars. That's, to me, that would be very wrong.
Do you find that a lot of your clients are on a bit of a treadmill?
And I think, yeah, I think what happens is that if people are under pressure, they tend to work more.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, crikey, I need to do more of this. I need to do more of that. I need to think here and do this. And all of a sudden, we're very wired and we're not sleeping well and we're under stress. Whereas we actually can't see our reflection in boiling water.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
We need to calm down and go for a walk, take a few deep breaths.
Yeah.
And reassess the situation. And then all of a sudden you have ideas.
Right. Yeah.
And create opportunities and see things that you wouldn't have seen if you were wired.
Yeah. It's like being in the forest and not seeing the trees.
You can't. But our reaction when the pressure on is, I mean, been there, done that. I've got the T-shirt.
Yeah, work harder. Yeah, I mean it's a natural phenomenon because you feel like you can control it. I mean,
That can't
yeah,
often.
yeah,
So I think the trick is to understand, what can I control? What is in the circle of influence that I have? And what is outside of that? And to understand that internal world is something you can control.
yeah,
So let's focus on that.
yeah, yeah.
And there's satisfaction and there's joy and there's peace in that. Whereas if I put a lot of effort into a lot of stuff that I actually can't control anyway, there's no peace.
Right. Yeah. That is very wise.
Thank you.
That's cool. So I think it's really interesting that you've built this quite neat business where you basically took a raving fan and then scaled it up so that you had the same client or that same archetype of client.
Yeah, I do have this. But yeah, they're all different, but small business.
Do you think you can only find that by accident, or do you think there were steps that you took that someone else could take in order to get a similar outcome? Like, were there things that you did on purpose or by mistake that really worked out really well to kind of build this out? Because essentially, I think by the sounds of it, you're living like the life that, a designed life that you essentially want to live. And you're dealing with people that you enjoy dealing with.
That's the plan. I don't want to deal with people I don't want to work with.
You seem to choose these people that are a little bit rough around the edges, though.
Well, there's millions of people in the world.
Yeah.
And they're all very different.
Yeah.
They're all very different. I'm not shy.
Yeah.
I'm not timid, and I'm not easily scared. So people come from all walks of life.
Totally.
Indeed. Look, I've got some we're in very nice wines too there. But There are, I mean, if we think within the trades and you think of creative people, they tend to be people that are doers. They roll out of bed at 6 o'clock in the morning. They're on site at 7:30 in the morning. They spend all day on the phone dealing with trades, sub-trades, materials, projects, bosses. They run around all day. They swear a lot. And then they come home at 4:30 and they're buggered. And then they're expected to do the books.
Yeah.
And they can be extremely good at what they do. That doesn't mean they're good at the accounts.
Yeah. So going back to that question around the like how you kind of have built it up, like why do you think it's been so easy and successful to get clients, other than there's obviously a huge need?
There is a huge need.
But in terms of your kind of approach and your unique take on it, that's obviously worked out really well for you. Like, what sort of repeatable, what was, maybe 3 things that you think you've done that has created an immense amount of value for your business and enabled you to kind of springboard yourself from 2018 to today, 2025?
I built some good relationships with accountants.
Right. Okay.
I have many clients that have accountants.
Yeah.
And building a good workable relationship with them.
Right.
And that is a 3-way relationship, client, myself. I mean, I don't work for the accountant. I don't work for the IOD. I'm a separate entity or a contractor to those businesses. And I think talking in plain English, making it easy, making it understandable. I don't talk accounting jargon. Let's make the chart of accounts so that you can actually understand what you're doing. Let's make the GST understood. There are some words and some jargon and some lingo that is part of it, absolutely. But it should be understood. I mean, to me, it's hard to understand that capable, confident business people struggle to do this or dread that time of the year when they kind of have to.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Makes sense. But it happens. And it's a headspace thing. They get to take that load off of their shoulders.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. I mean, there are businesses out there that are thriving that do everything for you. Don't have to worry about a thing. So
I get what a very small part of what percentage of your business is like people that are kind of doing everything versus like more scale ups where they have a team?
Have a team 70%.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, kind of thing.
And that's when it maybe gets a bit out of control. Do you find that a lot of the people are kind of relatively new to having a team?
Most of them.
Yeah.
Most of them.
That's when there's just too many things going on.
Most of them. There are, of course, those that have had teams for a long time and don't particularly want the stress of payroll.
Yeah.
Want to make sure that that's reliable data, that the people are being paid correctly.
Yeah.
The IOD keeps on changing the rules, let's face it.
Right.
Now we've got payday filing and penalties are applied pretty quickly. So I am the kind of person that, don't forget to pay your tax on time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
So, but then there's other people who I speak to once a year.
Yeah.
So it really depends. And it depends on how much the person wants to do, can do.
As someone running a small business, having other businesses rely on you, all these clients, how are you then in turn, setting yourself up for success? What are the steps that you've taken over the years to make sure that you're ahead of the game and you're going to get to where you want to get to?
Yeah. Oh, there a few years that was absolutely missing.
When you got started?
Yeah, I think I made the same mistake that so many small business owners make.
Yeah.
Is that we work too much, and then we forget about why we're actually wanting to do this.
Yeah, yeah.
And, we work to live, not live to work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And would you say that was like the first 2 years? Maybe even a bit longer?
3.
Yeah.
3.
2 is when most give up if they're going to give up, right?
Yeah, no, I'm no quitter.
So yeah, it takes a bit of time, doesn't it? It always takes longer than you expect.
It does take longer than I expect. Yeah. I mean, I think a good foundation has been set.
Yeah.
I will shamelessly continue to look after myself and my own health, my own, balance. If you step onto an aeroplane and watch the safety briefing, it says put on your own face mask.
Yeah.
You can't actually help somebody if you haven't got your own face mask on.
Totally.
So it's really important to me that self-care component, which is also time, which is downtime, which is time to do the things that bring me joy, which is family time, which is going out with friends.
Okay. Yeah. What are your kind of leisure? What any hobbies or anything that you really enjoy?
Yeah, I really enjoy dancing.
Okay.
Yeah, I like dancing.
Uh-huh.
I really like going out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, going out with friends and
Social.
I enjoy, I've done yoga and qigong and all sorts of things. I do enjoy walking. I still go, several times a week.
Oh.
It depends a bit on the weather. If it looks inviting, I'll go. If not, I'll try and do something else.
Yeah. And what is like one book that you've book, or I guess if you want podcast, that has had a massive influence on your life?
The books of Tony Robbins' Awaken the Giant Within
Mm-hmm.
Is a fantastic podcast.
Oh, go on. Nice.
And there's a woman who is she's not woo-woo at all. She's a practicing chartered accountant, but she's also all about manifesting.
Oh, okay. Yep. Which is quite similar to Tony Robbins as well.
So that appeals to me. And she is a practicing accountant. So there's that fine line between matter of fact, let's have those monthly meetings, let's create the bank accounts, let's save for the taxes, let's fulfill our obligations and responsibilities, but let's also do the vision board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's dream. Let's take time to meditate and party.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, what's the point?
What's the point?
I like it. Yes. You must be a lot of fun to work with. I reckon your clients must.
I work alone.
Yeah, but the client.
Spend a lot of time on the phone, yeah.
Funny. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time today, Fiona.
It's just like having me.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. It's been fun. Awesome. Thank you so much.